So, YouTube is increasing the requirements to get monetized. I am not making this up. So, on February 1st, 2027, YouTube is planning on doubling the monetization requirements for ad revenue for long form and shorts content, which means you need to have 8,000 hours in the past year or 20 million views in the past 3 months just to get monetized. Now, this is not the first time they did this, since before 2018, you only need around 10,000 views to get monetized, but then, likely due to the response of the apocalypse, they increased the requirements now to 1,000 subs and 4,000 hours of watch time. And channels that didn't have these requirements at the time would lose monetization and making money on YouTube. Fortunately though, if you get monetized before February 1st, even if you're under the 8,000 hours or 20 million views, you will fortunately still have monetization. So they aren't doing what they did back in 2018. Well, unless you do YouTube Shorts and make a lot of money from that, because if you can't maintain 10 million views in the last 3 months, then you will be demonetized, at least from YouTube Shorts. And membership and donation requirements are still the same, being 500 subscribers, 3,000 hours, and 3 million views. Now, why are they doing this, since this just seems like a really stupid thing to do? Well, they say it's because of the massive growth that they had these years, since yes, YouTube now is much bigger than it is in 2018, and they're doing this to keep up with growth, so to make it harder for people to get monetized. Yeah, this is just a dumb reason. Now, there are two theories as to why they're actually doing this. The first one's the better of the two, that being to combat AI slop and content farms, as well as grifters. Since recently, there's been a massive trend of AI slop channels and grifters just trying to make as much money as YouTube. In fact, YouTube has deleted over 130,000 channels because of that. And they're also likely doing this to just encourage grifters and AI slop farms from starting their careers by making it much harder for them to make money. So thank you, Fash. Your greedy mind has completely ruined YouTube for everyone. I hope you're happy with your Bugatti and knowing that you're not just ruining the country bot community, but potentially all of YouTube. I hope you're proud of yourself. And while I am glad that they're battling AI slop and stuff like that, it still hurts real creators. I mean, it's just gonna make it a lot harder for these new creators to make money. I mean, for example, this channel you're watching took 2.5 years to get monetized. Now imagine having these double requirements. That means potentially it could take up to 3 to 5 years for an average channel to reach those requirements. I mean, imagine having a dream of just being a YouTuber and realizing that the requirements are just gonna be harder. This will definitely ruin all the motivation that future content creators will have. Also, certain channels like animation, especially the community I'm in, Country Bars, will suffer because animation is hard to make, and because of that, it could cause people to use AI like text-to-speech or other forms of content farming just to keep up with pace, which also means that this could inadvertently cause more content farms to spawn in just so that they can get monetized on YouTube, which, no, we don't need that, especially on YouTube Shorts. Now, another theory, and this one's a lot more scummy, is that YouTube is just doing this to make more money. I mean, ads are still playing on YouTube even if a channel's not monetized, so maybe they're just doing it to make it harder for channels to get monetized, because if they are monetized, then instead of getting 100% of the ad revenue, they only get 45%. And this method could easily cause them to gain millions of dollars, which if that is the case, then why? I mean, are you serious? This is just greedy. Like, this is legit the most scummiest thing I've ever seen a company do. And I hope that isn't the reason, but also, it's not like this is impossible. Also, I might be called crazy for this, but I also feel like this could be a way for the rich to get richer, especially Google and stuff like that, since they're making more money while also making it harder people to start careers like YouTube, and that way they can just go back to the 9 to 5 instead of being a YouTuber, since guess what, it's a lot harder to do that now. Now, I love YouTube, I really do. I mean, I grew up watching it for 13 years at this point, and YouTube has made some great decisions in the past, like organizing shorts and long forms, adding the hype feature, as well as lowering the requirements to get in the partner program, but also some terrible ones like removing dislike counters, age verification, generating shorts using AI, and then removing dislikes altogether on YouTube Shorts just to be like Instagram or TikTok. And it makes me wonder how much more YouTube will go until these people stop using their platform, or will that never happen because it's a monopoly. Also, little note, I kind of found it weird that the subscription requirements is still at 1,000. Like, I'm glad they kept that, but it just seems a little weird, since in my opinion this was definitely the easiest to achieve of the three. But anyway, what are your thoughts on this change? Do you think it will hurt YouTube, or do you think everyone's overblowing it? Let me know. And also, if you haven't already, please subscribe, since it really helps me a lot out with making videos and if you do want to support me, there are channel memberships available, but it is optional. But anyway, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time.